This is Analog Guy TCG, fresh out of the Las Vegas Store Championship with his invite. That's right, I got my invitation, guys. I am a good Digimon player now. I'm not saying that those without their invite are bad Digimon players, but I might be goaded with a sauce. I might be pretty competent at piloting Vulcanusmon. Yeah, so I was in Las Vegas on holiday. My friends were at Evo participating in the Strive tournament, and I was just visiting them, cheering them on. And I really just needed a little bit of Digimon. I need a little bit of Digimon. I had signed up for the regional a couple days prior, and because I knew I was going to be in Las Vegas, and I was like, I want to try and get my invite. I want to play some Digimon. And 2 weeks prior, I had played in another regional. I did really badly. Well, not badly. I was like 2-3-1. So, pretty mids. And after that, I changed my deck list pretty drastically. Pretty much getting rid of the level 5 and a couple of other cards that weren't really doing much positive for the deck. And after I made those changes, didn't have a chance to practice in between the Pittsburgh regional, not the Pittsburgh, the Connecticut regional, and the Las Vegas one, because I had to fly to Pittsburgh to visit a friend, and now I'm at Las Vegas. So where do I get my practice in? I'm not gonna ask these guys to get a game with me right before the regional, because that doesn't seem very sportsmanship black. I don't want to scope out their decks and all that. But yeah, I know Vulcanusmon just fine, though. It's not like a hard deck for me to play. It's a lot like Purple Machine, but for mouth breathers, so I figured, okay, I can do this. Just gotta believe in myself. Now, I was really tired, so don't expect this to be a big in-depth discussion on like how the matches went, because it'll take me a little bit of time to really recall what happened. And to give you like sort of insights like how tired I was, I had like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, and then I almost passed out before round one. Not great, not great, but if so, you guys gotta get your sleep. Don't be better than me. Get your sleep. So I walk in, there are guys in jerseys, matching playmats. I'm like, oh boy, teams. One that's cool though. The jerseys looked great. But I'm like, ah, man, I'm cooked. Not that I expected things to be easy at a regional, but I didn't realize how cooked I was. And honestly, I'm glad I was tired, because now that I think about it, I probably would have psyched myself out more had I been more awake. So I didn't really have to deal with nerves. So without further ado, let's go over my matchups, my personal matchups. So I went into Gary against his Glowing Dawn. Now, I did 2-0 him, but he climbed back up. Like, in the final round, he was facing number one. He took a game off of that Galacticmon player, so he was in the trenches climbing up. So, good on him. Oop, wrong deck list. Yeah, pretty standard Glowing Dawn deck. I am afraid of it. I did tie one at the previous regionals, so I know how fast this deck can be. But luckily, I just saw my pieces, I saw my title stream, and I, got the game. The biggest MVP in this matchup was Congoing him when he had a Cougarmon on field and Cougarmon in the back. That felt really nice, because I just know that this Cougarmon does something with security. And I was like, oh, Congo seems like a really useful thing right now. A lot of times during this tournament, I was slamming down Congo, and I was able to do that because I had a, Toy Agumon on the field for the black color requirement. And, just kind of got lucky from that. Because I don't play Kokuomon, I play Demi Marimon, so I just was lucky to always have a black source out, be it Monica Simmons or Toy Agumon. This looks like a pretty standard Atratusmon Glowing Dawn deck. I thought he had me because I thought he had the Rush Mark Lizamon ready to cook me. The Rush Giving Final Judgment Mark Lizamon, but He didn't, so I was able to get that 2-0. It was not an easy match. I just found my pieces really quickly and did what Vulcanusmon does. Next up was against Kami, and this was a rough matchup. I don't have a good grasp of the rulings of this deck, if I'm going to be straight honest. Like, I had to ask a judge about how the pending rules of like how Lady Digimon uses options and like whether they're in trash or they can use like the when trashed effect and what's going on. And I don't remember what I was asked. It was just something that was reviewed at the previous regional, but I did call the judge to get some clarification. It was a big I'm wrong. Hold on, is that hold on. Can I scroll in? Is this Vulcanus? I think that's Vulcanusmon. Is Vulcanusmon a Three Musketeer? Interesting. Or is Sparrowmon just a fan of Vulcanusmon? That's interesting. Huh. Anyway, I got 2-0'd by this guy. This guy was crazy. He was playing really cautiously. He wasn't just autopiloting into me, but he was going crazy. And yeah, he just got it. He saw his pieces. He played well. He did this thing called better playing you, which is when your opponent just plays better than you. It's almost as bad as slow playing. Honestly, I just need to learn this deck. I need to buy a Three Musketeers deck, you know? I will say Three Musketeers is my personal worst matchup. I have never beaten... I've never taken a single game off of a pilot who has played Three Musketeers. So, I am afraid. I'm very afraid. I think my next matchup was Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter. Now, this was not a free match. This was actually kind of hard. Jupitermon, there was a Jupitermon player at Connecticut who absolutely cooked me. What he did was he just outmaneuvered me. I just want to be honest. He outmaneuvered me. I had the Congo. I had Gotsumon out at the right time. But, you know, I didn't see my pieces. He saw his. And every time I didn't see my right piece, he would capitalize on that much faster than I could when he didn't see his pieces. And that was kind of rough. That was gross. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But it gave me a lot of insight on how to play into the matchup, just because, again, that practice makes perfect, I guess. So I got a game off this player, and then he got a game off of me, and in between rounds we were chit-chatting, and I was like, man, that green Ajokusmon's really scary. And he says, oh, I don't run it. Oh. So I got game 3, because I didn't have to play around the green one. I think I had to, like, suspend down his blocker with, what is it? The green link option. But I wasn't trying to fish for information. That's not what I was doing. But guys, don't give away your secrets. Don't give away your sauce in between rounds, or don't just give things to your opponent. Man, if he hadn't told me that, like that he didn't have the green one. Ah, man, that's rough. But guys, I'm a good listener. I had my listening ears on. Next game was... Oh, this guy was also playing Rune Mode and Junomon that were going kind of crazy. Alright, next I had a match into TS Angels. Now, TS Angels was a little scary. I think this is his list. Yeah, he was playing the Ultracoolmon and the Venusmon. The biggest thing about this was Congo was helpful. He played well. Like, I got game 1... He got game 2, I got game 3. In game 2, I thought I had it. I thought this was going to be easy wraps. But he climbed back up and just went kind of crazy. And yeah, that Venusmon right here. Thank goodness, thank golly gee, that Vulcanusmon has checks for days. Like, thank goodness. Man, oh man. Yeah, that Venusmon's kind of cracked. that blank effect makes me very upset. And okay, as this was happening, after I get that like game off Angels, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I'm waking up a little bit more. I'm more aware of what's happening, and I realize I'm at top tables, and there's a Galacticmon at table one. What's going on? So I text Travis. I'm like, hey man, Travis from Digital Mobsters. I'm like, hey man, I'm actually doing okay. I think I can get it. And he tells me, you have to win. So like I'm ready. I'm hyped up. I'm wide awake. Wide awake. I'm enthusiastic, and I get paired into the Three Musketeers, and I say to myself, it's over. I was really close and I played really well, but this is where I fall. I believe the player was Hads, but I'll put it up on screen. I think his actual screen name was Beelstar Mon Sex Antibody. And I'll put the screenshot up to prove that. But yeah, no, this was a not fun matchup in my mind. I was really, really nervous, but my friend JP gave me some tips into playing into it a couple weeks ago. So I just remembered most of that, and that kind of helped. So I'm getting bind red triggered, and that feels bad. I'm doing the setup. I'm doing my little Vulcanusmon thing. I roll 3 cards, and one is upside down, which is bad at one point. That's really bad. Judge gets called, and I had been spilling my spaghetti the entire day, but turning cards upside down, even as like an accident, that could be considered marking. So rightfully so, a judge was called, and he checked, and it was just that one random card, and I was just unlucky. So I was not penalized, but I was told that the judge would shuffle my deck after this game. So that's pretty cool that I didn't get a game loss. That would make me very unhappy. So after that, I'm playing the Digimon card game. Like, I'm schmooving. I understand what's going on. I'm kind of in this flow state where I understand what my opponent is communicating to me. I will say everyone at this tournament was really good at making Digimon feel like a 2-player game rather than just do their thing. So thanks, guys. That was super chill and made games really easy. That's why it's important to fist bump, or at least like do a little bit of small talk with your opponent before the round, just so it opens up that line of communication. Because I don't like playing players who just like don't say anything or announce board state and just do stuff, because it's not my responsibility to track your memory usage or anything like that. So these guys were awesome. These guys rocked. And game 1, I do the thing where I do the classic 3 checks with Vulcanus. I hard play Marsmon, and then I battle something, trashing last security, and swing rush for game. I got lucky, I guess. And then second game, the judge shuffles my deck. He shuffles my shit. And this guy sees all his pieces. He sees X Antibody. He sees the nuts, and I cry. I cry inside because I'm like, okay, I got one game, but now he's gonna 2-1 me. And then eventually I Vulc for 3 checks, Factorial Area, Slam Mars, and then Mars Rush for game. +2 from the link, 3 in the stink. Marsmon for game. So yeah, that was my first time ever beating 3 Musketeers. I was like, in this weird flow state of unattachment, I guess. And I don't know if this player had practiced into Vulcanusmon, because I was the only Vulcanusmon player at that smaller store regional. So I imagine that there weren't a lot of like Vulcanusmon players who would dedicate a lot of time to Vulcanusmon. But yeah, I was super lucky. And I'll tell you how lucky I was. Results were posted, I get second place. This is a 25-person tournament, so there's only 2 invites, and I get my invite because I got the more points than third. No, I get the same score as third. We both have 12 points, and I guess my wins were worth a little more. So I guess I'm double lucky. What I did was super big brain the night before, besides getting less sleep. That was dumb of me. But I did this cool thing called gambling irresponsibly the night before, where I put $200 into a slot machine, got the mini jackpot to go up to like 600 something, pissed that money away immediately, and then played Digimon the next day. So what I was doing is I was edging my luck stat to prime for the next encounter, alright? It's kind of like how when you don't encounter a shiny Pokemon, it increases your chances of seeing one in the next encounter. So I was just stacking that until I got to finals. In conclusion, gambling good. So yeah, shout out to the Las Vegas community for being really cool. You guys were awesome. You guys didn't make me feel like the odd man out just because I was from Boston, Massachusetts. And yeah, let's go over my deck list really quickly. I'll do a more in-depth video if you guys want. Ask questions in the comments, like and subscribe. But for Tokamon, we love Draw. Chronomon, we love even more Draw and Cycle. Devimon, the promo. I can't play this out with Factorial Area. I'm a very greedy man though, so yeah, the when moving main phase Digivolving effect. It came up a couple times so I could get the draw for Devimon. I'm greedy. Like, this is a very greedy choice. But I don't see the Kokumon's Inheritable being useful. The only good thing about it is that it's a black card, in my opinion. Next up, we got Gatsumon. Not this one, not this one. This Gatsumon. I played it because, hey, if I see an Asuna, I'm slamming down Gatsumon. If I see, like, Angels or say anything with Decode, I'm going to threaten Gatsumon and Raising or something. MVP Toy Agumon searching everything grabs an option card and it grabs a TS card. So any option card of your choice. I can't think of a reason not to play it. I wish it was a machine, but it's a puppet. Blimpmon was useful. Again, more consistency. Marimon was great. Marimon, by drawing one Flame or Time Signature trait card from hand, I get to delete one of my opponent's 4K or less Digimon. If this didn't delete, I get to draw two, so feels good. This did come up for popping small bodies, as well as more draw power. You just want a lot of draw power. The only defensive level 4 I was playing was Greymon, because, hey, if Factorial Area gets hit, you need something that natively has blocker. Honestly, so much so that I'm considering running the defense plugin just to put a blocker on Vulcanusmon, because Vulcanusmon doesn't just link Time Stranger option cards, it can link other link options. I hope that doesn't get abused in the future. And then Marsmon, but not this Marsmon. I actually bought an alt art before entering the regional. And from that Three Musketeers, I'm glad I bumped it up to 2. Like, this is a great card. It's my lethal guy. Asuna, good draw. Craziest start turn effect. I don't have much to say about her. I think she should be put to 1. She's kind of nuts. Same thing with the Hiroko. Don and Kanon bumped it up from 3 to 4 because you need to see it. I learned that the hard way. You just need to see it. And then Monica, who was not really doing anything this game, but that's okay. She looked pretty. The reason I play her is because I like Monica. I like what she does, and I think she's pretty. I have the alt art, so obviously I'm gonna play her. Next up, we have Gravity Crush. This actually did not come up that much. In testing, it came up a lot where I would use the Don Kanon end of turn effect after I use the lose 2 memory, because I get to choose when I lose that 2 memory, which is insane. They did not future-proof Gravity Crush at all. But yeah, it didn't really come up. And when it did come up, I guess, it wasn't really important or game-breaking. But Congo, which I have 2 alt arts of, that's a deck. That's a deck of cards. No, not deck. That's a card. I like it. I like Congo. Congo good. Congo good. Yeah, really helped me in the Glowing Dawn matchup and both of the yellow decks I faced. And I like it as a 2 of, but as those decks maybe fade out, I might bump it down to 1. But if Glowing Dawn is sticking around, I might just keep it at 2. Who knows? Devon Arms, you need this to win the game. You need massive checks. You need protection of Vulcanusmon. And it gives great draw power. Factorial Area, the field option plays out a red, black, yellow 5. It plays out, sorry, I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. Black, red, level 3. And it gives them all blocker while it's face up in security. A lot of what I was doing when I had like a black Digimon and Kadan Kanon out, I was just looping Factorial Areas. I'll play Factorial Area to grab Factorial Area from the bottom of security to play out a Digimon, that kind of thing. And that really did help me, just playing Factorial Area just to get the main effect where you get to play a black or red time stranger trait Digimon from hand with a play cost reduced by 3. Useful when playing out Vulcanusmon or Marsmon. In Between Theater is just memory boost for Time Stranger. Iron Slash, good card. D-Digivolve is really strong. You have plenty of D-Digivolve, but when it's hit in security, it saves your butt. Like the Angels player hit it in security, and that's how I won. Because my security is very sneaky. Sonic Shot, good. If I don't have Sonic Shot, I miss it because there are just times when you need to suspend down a body, you need to suspend down a tamer. And also, the when attacking Link inheritable, very good. Same thing with Ignition Flare and Tidal Stream. All of them came up as when attacking effects and helped me swing for game. For example, Ignition Flare's inherited Link effect is delete a Digimon with as much DP as this Digimon, which was the blocker Agiokismon in my Jupitarmon matchup. Also, this card's good. I was running at 1, but 2 felt pretty good, so I'm not mad about it. I wish it was more like delete up to XDP of Digimon, but we can't win them all. And it also pops an option, so I guess it would be good into Rebootmon or something. And then Tidal Stream, this is kind of like a win con. I like having 3 because the combo is pretty much, hey, swing 3 checks, and then pass turn, then don't pass turn, like Dunkanon happens, you play out Tidal Stream for free, Tidal Stream returns all lowest level Digimon to the hand, and if this effect returned, you get to unsuspend one of your Time Stranger trait Digimon, and then link to them. So what happens is you swing 3 checks, Tidal Stream, unsuspend Vulcanusmon, then you swing with Dunkanon effect or Vulcanusmon your turn effect. And then you win. From generally 3 security, that's why finding the Omega Arms is really important. I guess I can talk about Vulcanusmon, but I don't know, I like the Octopus Man. He's cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to do a deck profile sometime later this month and just talking about all the choices. But I'll see you next time.